started. Where's Epic Pen? There we go. Okay. So what happened this game?
We got an early lead, but we couldn't snowball it as hard as we should have.
Okay.
I'm also the Lucian, by the way.
I'm stupid. Alright. Who's your support? Okay, okay, you win the game. Alright. Okay, just tell me what your thought process is overall when you're playing the game out. You already know where he starts.
So they started shoving bot, and I kind of wanted to match the melees if I could.
Yeah.
And then freeze the mage ones outside of tower range,
Yeah.
preferably.
Okay, yeah, you can never. Okay, she actually backs off.
Leona started walking on us, so I just started backing up.
Yeah, she actually backs off here. So you can assume the ward is displaced.
Yeah.
Couldn't you freeze this when they do this? Okay, so when this happens, you immediately ping your jungler because they know something that. I mean, when she does this, she's either warding for the level 2, or she knows that he's like here, or he's warded or something. At this point, you could actually try freezing this.
Okay.
Like, kill these, freeze these. Right?
Yeah.
We didn't end up doing that though. We actually ended up resetting the wave into us. And then at this point, you already know that Udyr might be dying. So here, you should just be pinging. Okay. It's a little late now. But I think we could have frozen that because they just left the lane.
Okay.
And then we
They
are.
left the. If I remember correctly, they left the lane to do battle.
Huh. This is fun. Okay. And now we just kind of chill. Yep, that's level 2. Can't do anything here. Just slow push the lane into them. Look for advantageous trades. We have the trade advantage, so this is okay. I think though if you had frozen early on, it would have been pretty good.
Yeah, it would have been rough because like if the entire time they would have been on Scuttle Crab, their wave would have been down.
Yeah, the wave would have met like a lot closer. This is good. Okay, and now we just back off. Oh, we missed a cannon. That's okay. It's minor, but it matters. Now we just slow push them in. We know that Kha'Zix is, I believe, left side right now. Because he started bot side, didn't he? Or did he start top side?
I believe he started top side since bot lane was on the minion wave.
Oh, okay, so they must have vertical jungled or something. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. But here, we just crash the wave. We don't auto the wave. You already know this. Good. Oh, okay. I guess we can crash this next wave in too. Okay, and here we don't do anything. Okay. We let the lane come into us, right? Even like before this, what we could have done is like right here. If you go back a few seconds, you know that if we don't auto this wave will kind of come into us, and the last thing we want to do is play the lane here because Leona level 3 is a lot stronger than Pyke overall because of the engage. So it's better just to have the wave come into us, so then by the time that if we just have this wave bounce back into us, we can play the lane a lot safer, a lot quicker, right? Because we know like Kha'Zix's next routes are going to be like killing the left hand side, so by the time he does come back onto the right hand side where his Gromp would spawn, the lane's going to be at a really nice spot, and then that would actually it'll allow you to just really play safe because you're not actually looking for a recall anytime soon, right? So then pushing this wave in is fine, but at the same time, like, I'm just going to pan over because I actually wasn't tracking the jungler. But we know that by the time that this wave actually comes back into us and is in a really nice spot, Kha'Zix can't do anything to us, right? Walking with the AD, support here is okay. But had we just let the wave come into us, our support could have just done this and we could have just kind of hovered. And then maybe gotten an auto or something, which is extremely minor, but you get the idea. And here we just don't auto. We just don't auto. Okay. See, like, when this happens, we're basically screwing up the minion waves, even if we get the kill. So what was the thought process for going in there?
I wanted to trade, but
there's
no
cooldowns. If she hadn't missed you, you would be dead.
Okay.
Unless you dodged it, but even then, it's like, if Kai'Sa retaliates, Pyke can't respond, and Kai'Sa comes back up. She W's, Q's you, these minions encroach on you, Leona walks up to you, stuns you, Kai'Sa gets another auto, backs off. Even if you reciprocate damage, it doesn't help you in any way, because then what ends up happening is these minions, they have awkward HP values.
Okay.
Because then that's the opposite of what you want. So then if a trade actually does happen here, what may end up happening is, you know, like, you might have weird minions, and then it's not gonna help you freeze. I mean, you get the kill, but she missed, right? Which is huge. But I mean, Kai'Sa didn't properly retaliate either, so that's not good. And then here you have to. That was really good. It's really good. Okay, and now we just. We should scout her. She's probably looking for a fake recall. Yeah, well, she can't really base because she's gonna miss all these minions. But you can just scout her if she's looking for the base. You can just W her, right? And then just kind of keep the wave here, and then basically crash the wave in. Don't actually harass her. And by the time you come back into the lane, it'll be in a nice spot because you know Kha'Zix is gonna line up with the jungle timing, right? So here we should have immediately just scouted her, and we can see what she's doing. Like she's just kind of waiting for the minions here. She's not gonna actually contest this. You can't miss the wave either. But staying here doesn't do anything for us because now we actually lose. You know, like we don't want to. There's no reason to stay here. Even though we get plates, it's disadvantageous because we're gonna lose tempo. And now when we do this, this is just hella risky because now Kha'Zix can actually make a route straight like this.
Okay.
Right? There's like no vision. I mean, I guess there's vision, but you know, regardless, it's still the possibility of jumping.
Pretty sure that works.
Yeah. It's just overstaying. I mean, how much gold do you have? Yeah, you deny more minions by just having the wave come into you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This comes back with a more methodical way of playing AD carry, where you're ahead, but then use your power. See, like you wouldn't have blown heal. You kill her because she doesn't know how to follow up. She inted practically. I have no idea how you lost this game, but at this point you should have gotten the recall off a lot sooner. And now what ends up happening is Kha'Zix, who would be like right here, I guess, but say he made a path towards the right-hand side, and in competitive play, this is something that's really, really, you know, possible, where he can just walk in if there's less blue minions, and he can just shove the wave in, and then have the wave bounce back, and then basically plays into the enemy's tempo. But even still, just because you killed Kai'Sa, so Leona doesn't actually have the push, and then obviously she didn't want to push these minions anyway, but it's gonna come back into you. So all in all, you didn't lose tempo, but it's not the point, right? Like, we're playing extremely greedy, and we're kind of playing off the assumption that the enemy isn't going to punish us in any way, just because we have the advantage in damage. You know, had we just recalled sooner, we would have been able to catch the wave sooner, thus we could have frozen a lot sooner, right? But then what ends up happening is then, you see how the minions just come into you now?
Yeah.
They get the push, and now they actually are in tempo. Now, them getting...
So pushes back into
Yeah, now so and then getting caught is like, it's not an excuse for us to play like this, right? Like she's just inting. Like I don't really understand what her process is. And here you could actually go ahead and just kind of slow push the lane into her. But like, what are your issues right now overall? Because I know you're not at your peak yet.
I'm being a greedy player, and I'm not playing with the tempo that I could have.
What do you think when you play? Like, do you think about the jungler at all?
Not as often as I should. I know where the jungle is going to be for the first about 5 minutes, and I lose track.
Okay, well, you know that when the buff spawns, then you can assume he's going to be here, right? Because the buff spawns at like 5:45 or something like that. I don't quite remember the full timer, but it's just a 5-minute timer, right? So the biggest issues you have is just understanding tempo, right? You're greeting a lot, and understanding enemy intent. And what I mean by that is, let's say that you're doing, you're moving or whatever. Let's say that this is a 1. You can signify this movement as a 2, and then you can signify, an auto or something as like 3, right? So this is kind of like your generic code when it comes to you moving, right? And now let's say that you're doing 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then randomly, instead of autoing, you do like 4 or 1 2 4 or something like that, like 1 2 4. And then what I mean by 1 2 4 is like you go into the enemy, and that's basically intent. Your intentions are to attack the enemy. Well, then the enemy wonders, why is my intentions to attack, right? And they realize that there's a fucking jungler in the bush or something, right? Does that make sense? Like that's what players at this MMR or this ELO need to actually start understanding, that there's generic code, well, not actual codes. This is, I'm obviously speaking hypothetically, but this is an example of what I mean by understanding intent, right? And then tempo is something that, I mean you already know what's wrong, so it doesn't really matter. When you get the plates, this is good. No, you don't want to auto. You don't want to auto these. Like, why do we want to give her the XP? She's not going to hit level 6 for a while. Isn't it better for us to use our level 6 damage here instead of here?
True.
Alright? Yeah, go ahead.
My thought process for pushing that wave was so I could auto the tower more, but I'm just going even on gold then.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, you are getting platings, which is ideal, yes, but I mean, this is once again
about 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
When Udyr was there, but when the wave was at the tower, I was calling for a dive since she was alone, and Leona just died.
Did you ping it?
Yeah. Oh wait, I thought I did.
So
yeah,
this here, when you push this wave, this is fine, because then the enemy because your team can go like this, right? But then the reason why I say don't push it is because Udyr's intentions once again is to take blue buff. Pyke is facing towards the towards mid lane. Lassonde, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Right? Like at this point, you can't really do anything, right? So then. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like it should have been, if it was gonna get pinged, it should have been communicated like right here, a lot earlier.
Okay.
Like right here, it should have been communicated. Wait. So when Leona dies, it should have been communicated. Yeah, like, I mean, I guess autoing the wave is okay. There's not.
Ping it.
Yeah.
7 seconds after her death.
Yeah.
It's a little late.
Yeah. Okay.
That's when the wave started crashing.
Yeah. Okay. So then this comes down, the wave comes back into you, and now you're kind of just waiting for the recall opportunity, which you can't really trade against her because she'll actually kill you. Okay. And now we just gotta leave. She could freeze this. And now, you know, once again, we're in this awkward spot where we lose the cannon wave, right? Here, see, if you stay, you die. But are you seeing some of the issues? It's tempo. It's essentially just tempo. It's you mismanaging waves early and then having these situations happen to you. Right? Like, we could have, like, okay, the tower plating, now the debate is tower plates versus tempo. I believe that tempo and in the lane and having the minions at a good spot is more important than tower plating, because tower plating is, I feel like it's something that, it's a luxury thing, you know, where you can just get it at advantageous moments in the lane, but you don't just push just to take tower plates, right? Because you could actually get more gold off of proper minion wave management and then just getting kills off of that, right? But once again,
you can also deny more gold too.
Yeah, I could also deny more gold. Like if they're not getting the gold, then, you know, if you're not getting the gold, then they're not getting the gold, exactly. And this is just, I don't know, we actually ended up dying here.
I think I had an aggressive flash forward.
Yeah. Yeah, see that? She stuns both of you. And now you just die. I mean, there's not much you can do. Yeah, you should... Okay. Yeah, this was where... Yeah, we should have just expected her to have the ultimate shield, right?
Yeah.
And then you end up dying. It's minor. That's stuff I don't really want to go over because it's like, you already know the issues, right? It's just understanding enemies' options, which is like, whatever. This wave comes back into you. There's no reason to auto this. Just wait. Unless she tries to reset it, but then don't let her reset it. Don't clear this wave, just have the wave come to you. Like, you see this? Once again, same thing.
Yeah.
It's better if we just use the, like... What could happen at this point in the game for the next few seconds had you just frozen this wave? What's Kai'Sa's options?
To rotate up.
This is going to be over by the time she gets there.
True.
Right?
Mid's gonna options for if I freeze it.
Yeah. So if we look here.
At the most, it'd just be grown.
Yeah. Just this. Pyke then Udyr basically has this camp up. So he's probably gonna go something like this maybe, right? Wave's frozen. Pike reunites with you.
If I freeze him and turn into a slow push with the jungle on our side, we could look for...
Yeah, because then you build a wave, right? You build the wave and the tower is auto gone, instead of immediately pushing it right now, right? So this is something that you can definitely consider, that you have to start considering, right? Because this stuff matters. And now, like, once again, her options is just to take Gromp, right? But like, that's exactly what she's doing. In fact, she's actually, I think she's pathing mid here. No, she takes Gromp. No, she doesn't do anything. But the reason she doesn't do anything is because she sees you shoving the wave back in.
Yeah.
Right? Had you not shoved, then
I could have denied minions.
We've denied our options, right? You have to ask yourself when you're playing, what does the enemy want, right? Like this plate you're getting. Yes, it's a lot of gold, but you're also putting her back. I mean, you're also getting her gold, right?
I'm also in a dangerous spot.
Yeah. So this is just... I mean, once again, we've already gone over some of the issues in lane, right? I mean, once again, Lucian is a champion that excels with, you know, how the minions are aligned or whatever. I'm not going to go over Lucian mechanics. You already know those. And with the mechanics, just go over your own replays and definitely look at every single trade you take and then ask yourself if it was advantageous or not. And this is a rip.
It's a throw.
Yep. I mean, we knew his... Did we know he was on that side? Yeah, we knew he was on that side. Right, once again, like you told me you don't track the jungler well after the first tech and clear. Alright, well we can assume he's going to be on the right-hand side soon. He's somewhere around here, and he's probably going to be like here because this is spawning soon. Alright?
Okay.
So we can assume that his next route is somewhere on the right-hand side. Him coming in like this is just kind of unfortunate. And then you just die. Alright? But regardless, minion wave management and understanding tempo and understanding the enemy's options while simultaneously knowing where the jungler is and what the jungler's options are is something that's extremely vital. You going top lane is totally fine here. Okay? What dragon is this actually? Okay, actually, so immediately you have to go top, clear this wave, and then rotate mid. That's the only rotation in this regard. You never go... Okay, he's actually gonna die. I didn't see his HP. Okay. And here you don't take this tower.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Mid tower is more important.
It's not even that.
Oh, and Drake.
Dragon is that. So immediately kill wave, rotate down, ETH wave. So you've successfully gotten 2 waves. Lissandra's in base. I don't know. I guess she got chunked or something. And then now you're in the closest proximity while getting the most ahead. Right?
Okay.
And then they lose a wave, obviously, here. And then now they have to spend time eating this wave. And then this gives your support and jungler ample time to maybe get Kha'Zix away from the river and then maybe place wards here. And then you're good. You're set. You're set for the dragon. The tower is good, but it's not actually that good. Like, there's better moves you can make, right? Like here, you would be right here. You would eat this wave.
Then I would be able to, after the wave, I would be able to collapse spot.
Exactly. And then you would look at dragon. Your team would see that you're on dragon. Your team wouldn't just run away because the only reason Udyr recalled is because of this, right? And then Udyr would have came, and then Lissandra would have came, and now you have potential because Leona's dead, and now it's actually a 4v5 because once again she's farming the wave. Here someone is going to be farming the wave, or maybe they won't because now they're going to be like, all right, let the wave just kind of come into our mid tower because this is really important. But this is good because it gives you general vision, right? And then immediately after you recall, and then you can eat raptors, and then you can go reset left hand side. Depending on when red is up or whatever, and then you can just push back top lane again. And by kind of just letting top bounce back into you, by not taking the top tower, the wave actually bounces back quicker. So by the time that all the action is done on the right-hand side, you're back on the left-hand side and farming another wave where Kai'Sa just missed something, right? Because you've eaten 3 waves successfully, whereas Kai'Sa would have eaten maybe like 2, right? Just off of, movement alone. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, this is just, you just kind of just ignored him there. And then they ended up getting the dragon, which doesn't help us in any way. And now, at this point, I mean, mid-game team fighting, right? This is pretty generic for every AD carry.
Yeah.
It's pretty generic stuff at this point. I mean, I don't really have to talk to you much. But, I mean, once again, do you understand some of the major issues that you are having right now? That I'm seeing, at least?
I need to notice the enemy options. I need to manipulate my wave better and not just auto push.
Yeah.
In advanced stages, and I need to use tempo. Well, keep on top of tempo.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
you have to stop playing League of Legends in the present, right?
Yeah.
You can't be playing it in the present. You should be expecting CC. You should be expecting rotations. You should be expecting how the waves will meet, and then you should be. Well, okay, that was ambitious. I think you're dead now. That's actually so unlucky. If you die there, what happens? Do you have gold on you? What's your KDA? You're 4-2. If you die there, what happens? When's Baron up? 4 minutes.
If I die there, they get tempo.
How?
Because they get to shove the wave.
They do. I mean, he's up. I mean, you're gonna lose this probably. It's fine. Yeah, they get to shove the wave, but it's not like they're gonna take the tower. She's really low.
Yeah.
He's low.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't do anything here. They can't do anything here. Maybe she takes red buff. Maybe she. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Sion goes bot lane, but what's he gonna do there? He's not gonna take this tower in time. Nothing's gonna happen if you die.
Oh, so I just
Save flash. Save flash. Just die. Right?
Wait.
If you just kind of let yourself just embrace death here, then nothing happens. Because now when Baron spawns, and you're on the left-hand side of the map, you need flash. Because what if they misplay? And then you get the flash kill, and then that gets you Baron. And then with Baron, you can like 1-3-1 because this is extremely good. 1-3-1, the champions you have on your team, you know, just overall the split push between Irelia and Udyr, right? And even Lissandra to a degree. You win the game off of that.
Okay.
Right? Like, once again, it's playing League of Legends in the future. It's not about the present, ever. Right? But this is stuff that you have to be thinking of before it even happens. Right? And that's what's going to take you to the next level. Right? Your mechanics are very sound on Lucian. Your mechanics are very good. You know how much damage you do, which is really, really good. But you need to deepen your understanding of the role in itself. Right? So at this point, whatever, it's just shoving. Your team is just inting. I don't know what's happening. Okay, do you have any questions? Like about any of this?
I don't have any currently.
Yeah. I mean, once again, if you do disagree with anything I'm saying, or you feel like there's more, or I can go deeper into what we're talking about, you have to let me know, you know? Because at this point, at this MMR, I don't just coach people and tell them what to do. It's more of a discussion at this point. Right? Because there's potentially things that I may miss at the end of the day, right? Especially if I'm coaching a challenger player or master player or something. But I mean, there's not much to say at this point. You won because you snowballed the lane. It's win lane win game at this point. The enemy's not good enough to actually reciprocate the damage that you were able to do early on, because they sort of just they misplayed too hard, right? And then now they weren't able to find any openings, even though you guys were making a ton of them. Except for that one, actually, where she actually kills all of you. What? You lost this game? Do you actually lose this game?
We lose the game off of that Baron fight. I mean, the fight before Baron.
Okay, then we need to talk about something, because then I thought you won the game. This is over. Okay, hold on.
right here, I split focus and try to kill Kha'Zix.
Where are you?
And I think that might have been the,
right here.
in the fight in the jungle.
Okay, here.
We're overstaying.
Fuck, yeah, you guys are. This is, like, really bad. I mean, also, it was really good by Akali, too. Oh, not really. It's more like he just kind of decided to go to Narnia, but, here, you should just be pinging danger, right?
Okay.
Leave him to die. When this happens, I think you just let him die. Unless,
It's risky.
How do you lose this? You kill her.
She's sitting on a ward. I should have pinged it.
We're gonna go over this. This is good. This is good. Kha'Zix jumps out. He knows he can't. Okay, you're autoing. You know Kaisa exists. You know he has ultimate. You know that she doesn't have R because she must have used it in the last team fight. And I mean, I don't know that, but you should. This is good.
Yeah,
And
she used listen.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. I mean, it was actually calculated. God, this is so minor. Ah, shit. This is literally so minor. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, they came off of a recall, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, well, Kaisa respawned.
Yeah, but they still came off of a recall, meaning that it doesn't matter what it like she's a level ahead of you, which is really awkward, but it doesn't matter what the advantages are that you've gotten off of an inhibitor. The fact that the enemy came off of a recall just should it should already tell you that you're not going to win the fight. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to look at items for that. You know what I mean? This also is in a way called tempo, right? Once again, because we're talking about tempo a lot, but you know, you got inhibitor, they came back off the recall, they're a lot stronger than you. That's why you lost. You just lost because you guys fought when you didn't have the items to actually fight. Had you just recalled, okay, sent your somebody would teleport to kind of eat this wave, slow push the next two, and then basically have your jungle support, because this is already shove this wave in, get vision on the left hand side, and then like it's easy. Like, this is like ABC stuff, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
But the reason you lost this is because you just didn't understand that they came off of a recall, and then we fought anyway. You should be dictating the fights a lot more. And this is coming back to you not communicating and actually pinging your team. Hey, we should fight. Hey, we shouldn't fight, etc. Right?
Yeah.
And then you end up dying in the jungle. I mean, I don't have to go over this. You already know your mistake. This is too greedy. There's a Kha'Zix in the game. You can't do that. And then you just lose off that. Right? You literally just end up losing off that because Kaisa then just kills you, everyone, because, you know, they get the items.
Yep.
After Baron, obviously. Okay. The biggest thing I can really tell you is you have to stop playing League in the present. If it's 3 minutes, start playing at like 6 minutes. Start playing at like 7 minutes. Ask yourself, what's going to happen in the future? And then ask yourself, what do I need? And then ask, well, you already know what you need. And then ask yourself, what can the enemy do? What does the enemy want? Does the enemy want the waves? If Kaisa wants the minion waves, how can you kind of deny that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you should be asking yourself this. Understanding champion intent is extremely minor. I can't just talk to you about that for like the next, we can spend all day talking about stuff like that. Overall, your Lucian mechanics are decent, but you need to start really stressing the mental side of the game, where you're just not understanding. Like, you're playing a damage champion, you have more damage than her because Lucian versus Kaisa, but then you're not actually understanding how the minions properly are manipulated, because you think that if you deny the waves, then you're actually losing out on damage, but you're really not. Right? You're actually damaging her income a lot more. And I think definitely start watching like a lot of higher elo AD carry players, and then when the wave comes, ask yourself, what are they going to do with this wave, and then see if they actually do it with the wave, right? And then I think you should be okay. All right?
Okay.
All right, do you have any questions?
I do not.
All right, perfect then. Good luck.